Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of our show, Teri.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to The Music and Me. I am your host, Teri, and first of all, I hope you all had as much fun listening to last week's birthday episode as I did making it. It was so much fun, and I had a great birthday. I want to thank everyone for the lovely birthday wishes. It was kind of like my inbox got hit with a Beyoncé level crowd of love, and I was here for it. Now, speaking of birthdays, if you listened to last week's episode, you already know that I share my birthday with none other than the queen herself, Beyoncé. I mean, how lucky am I, right? While most people get a generic happy birthday text, I get to say, oh yeah, I share mine with Queen Bey. No big deal. So, in honor of my very fabulous birthday twin, I thought, what better way to keep the party going than with an episode all about Beyoncé? So, today we're diving deep into some fun and lesser known facts about her life and career. And trust me, there is a lot. We'll talk about everything from her early days in Destiny's Child, a girl group that basically defined the late 90s, to her fierce alter ego, Sasha Fierce. In that one time, she owned Coachella so hard, they renamed it Beachella. And of course, all those Grammy wins that have her running out of shelf space. So, if I do my job right, you'll come out of this episode knowing way more about Beyoncé trivia than you ever thought possible. Let's go, everyone. All right, time for fun fact number 1. Before Beyoncé became the queen we all bow down to today, she was part of a girl group with a very different name. Get ready for this. Girls Time. Yep, that was the original name. Sounds more like a Saturday morning cartoon, right? But hey, all great legends start somewhere, and lucky for us, this one quickly rebranded to become the powerhouse group we know as Destiny's Child. And let me tell you, this group was destined for greatness. After a few lineup changes, because, every girl group, they need a little drama. The final trio of Beyoncé, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams emerged, and together, they conquered the world. Destiny's Child went on to become one of the best-selling girl groups ever. I mean, they didn't just make hits, they made anthems. If you've ever screamed, I'm a survivor at the top of your lungs during a tough day, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But Beyoncé wasn't just lucky to be surrounded by talented bandmates. She had a secret weapon, her family. Her dad, Matthew Knowles, managed the group and kept everything running smoothly. And Mama Tina? Well, she was the creative genius behind those iconic matching outfits. That's right, those bedazzled camouflage looks and glitter-covered ensembles. All Tina. If your mom isn't out there making custom costumes for your world tour, are you even destined for stardom? But it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were bumps along the road, like the ever-changing lineup and the pressure of being in the spotlight, but Beyoncé and the group powered through. Destiny's Child was the rocket that launched Beyoncé into the music universe, and we can thank those early days of Girls' Time. Seriously, thank goodness for the name change, right? We can thank those early days for setting her on her path. So, the next time you're jamming out to Say My Name or Bootylicious, just remember, it all started with a dream, some fierce vocals, and a lot of sequins. Okay, it's time for fact number 2. Did you know that Beyoncé has an alter ego? That's right. Before we started calling her Queen Bey, she was calling herself Sasha Fierce. Why, you ask? Well, Beyoncé wanted to tap into the bolder, more daring version of herself when she was on stage. You know, the kind of alter ego that struts out in a glittery bodysuit, hair blowing in the wind, ready to slay the world. While Beyoncé was soft-spoken and humble offstage, Sasha Fierce was the one who brought all the drama, confidence, and fierceness in performances. Basically, Sasha was the Beyoncé we all dream of being in front of our bathroom mirrors. Now, let's talk about the I Am Sasha Fierce album. This is where B really showed us her two sides. The I Am part of the album was all about the real Beyoncé, vulnerable, personal, and heartfelt. Think Halo, pure emotion, angelic vocals, the kind of song that makes you feel things. Then we get to Sasha Fierce's side, where things get fierce, pun absolutely intended there. This is where hits like Single Ladies came from. Sasha was all about the powerful, fearless diva energy. And let's be honest, that dance, pure Sasha. But here's where things get really interesting and a little dramatic. After a while, Beyoncé decided she didn't need Sasha Fierce anymore. That's right, in 2010, she officially killed off Sasha. No, not in a murder mystery kind of way, although that would have been quite the plot twist, but more like a peaceful retirement. B basically said, "You know what? I am Sasha Fierce now. I don't need to channel anyone to be bold and confident." Talk about a glow up. So there you have it. Beyoncé's journey from sweet, humble Houston girl to a full-blown diva, and then back to just being herself, which is all the fierceness she needs. Sasha Fierce may be gone, but that fearless energy, that's still very much alive. And honestly, we are all a little better for it, right? Okay, it is time for fun fact number 3. And this one's a big one, people. Beyoncé isn't just any artist, she's a record-breaking legend. And when I say record-breaking, I'm not just talking about chart-topping singles and sold-out tours, although she's got plenty of those too. Nope, I'm talking about the Queen's 32 Grammy wins. That's right, 32. At this point, she probably needs a second mansion just to house all those golden gramophones. If she'd let me, I'd live there and watch all the gramophones for her. I'd love to live in a mansion. All right, let's put that into perspective. Beyoncé isn't just the artist who has the most Grammys of all time. She's also the most nominated female artist in Grammy history. She has a whopping 88 nominations. Wow. That's more nominations than some people have playlists on their phones. Unless you're me, I probably have, hundreds of playlists. I keep adding them all the time. You know me, I love music. It's like every time Beyoncé breathes, the Grammy committee is like, yep, just nominate her again. Whether she's serving us soul, pop, R&B, or turning Coachella into Beachella, she's dominating every genre and every award show. And it's not just the Grammys where Queen Bey reigns supreme. She's racked up an entire shelf full of other prestigious awards. We're talking BET Awards, Billboard Music Awards, MTV VMAs, the list goes on and on. She's even got a Peabody Award for her visual album Lemonade, which, let's be real, was basically a cultural event. I'm pretty sure if Beyoncé released her grocery list as a music video, it would win Best Picture at the Oscars. That's just the kind of power she holds. And let's not forget that Time magazine named her one of the most influential people in the world. Twice. Twice, people. Not just in music, but in life. I mean, when Beyoncé tells you to put a ring on it, you listen, okay? So yeah, Queen Bey isn't just sitting on a throne, she's built an empire. With all her Grammy wins, honors, and titles, she's practically royalty at this point. I mean, we do call her Queen Bey, right? Honestly, the next Grammy Awards should just be called the Beyoncé Awards, because at this rate, who else even stands a chance? Although Taylor Swift is up there, she does win a lot of awards. I much prefer Beyoncé to Taylor Swift, if we're being honest. But that's just me. All right, everybody, brace yourselves because fun fact number 4 is nothing short of legendary. In 2018, Beyoncé didn't just perform at Coachella, she made history. That's right. She became the first Black woman to ever headline the festival. And as you can probably guess, She didn't just show up, she showed out. And the world has never been the same since. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beachella. Now, if you didn't catch that performance, I'm going to need you to pause this episode, go watch it, and then come back. Seriously, it was that good. I just watched it the other day, and I could watch it again. Beyoncé transformed Coachella into a cultural phenomenon, blending her signature fierce choreography with a full marching band, steppers, and even a Greek letter sorority. She paid homage to HBCUs, creating an experience that wasn't just a concert, it was a celebration of Black culture, history, and pride. This wasn't just about music, it was a movement. And if you weren't lucky enough to be there in person, I mean, who of us were, right? We were all blessed with the Netflix special Homecoming, which immortalized that iconic performance, which, like I said, I just watched that, and oh my gosh, that was one of the best things I've ever seen on Netflix. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to wear out my Netflix account just watching it on repeat, because once is definitely not enough. Bey not only gave us a jaw-dropping performance, but she also gave us a behind-the-scenes look at the months of preparation, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into creating this masterpiece. Beyoncé made it clear there's no such thing as just another gig for her. When she takes the stage, she owns it. And speaking of ownership, the fans took one look at that performance and immediately dubbed it Beachella. That's right, forget Coachella. It's been Beachella ever since. And let's be honest, it's a name that stuck. The Queen turned the festival into her own personal empire for 2 hours, and no one has dared challenge her reign since. So the next time someone mentions Coachella, just remember, Beyoncé turned a desert festival into a cultural moment that shook the world. And if that's not a power move, I don't know what is. Okay, now it's time for fact number 5, and we're diving into the Knowles family, aka the ultimate showbiz dream team. Behind every queen is a royal court, and for Beyoncé, that starts with her mom and dad. Let's start with Mama Tina Knowles, because we all know that behind those legendary outfits, there's a very stylish mastermind. Tina Knowles is the woman who made sure Beyoncé looked flawless even before she had a glam squad. In the early years, Tina was Beyoncé's personal fashion designer, creating those iconic matching outfits for Destiny's Child, as I mentioned earlier. We're talking about bedazzled cameo, metallic leather, and more sequins than a disco ball. I mean, who else could turn a girl group into fashion icons with nothing but a sewing machine and some glitter? Tina's influence didn't stop with fashion either. She gave Beyoncé that bold, fearless attitude that we see on stage. Fashion and confidence, courtesy of Mama Knowles. And then there's Matthew Knowles, Beyoncé's dad and original manager. Talk about a man with a vision. Matthew was the one who steered the Destiny's Child ship, as I mentioned earlier, and helped Beyoncé build a career that would take over the world. He knew that his daughter was destined for greatness and pushed her to reach the top. From negotiating record deals to shaping her brand, Matthew was a key player in turning Beyoncé from a Houston girl with big dreams into the global superstar we all worship today. So while Beyoncé may have had all the talent in the world, she's also got family members who believe in her, invested in her, and let's be real, probably made her practice those dance routines a lot. Without Tina's fashion flair and Matthew's business savvy, who knows if we'd be bowing down to Queen Bey today? The Knowles family isn't just Beyoncé's support system, they're part of her legacy. And thanks to them, we got a Beyoncé who slays in both the boardroom and on stage. So, if your parents ever told you to follow your dreams, just remember, Beyoncé's did too. And look where it got her. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a pause from the facts to have a little fun. Are you ready? I am so excited. Okay, Beehive, it's time for a little musical trivia fun. Get ready to put your Beyoncé knowledge to the ultimate test with our Beyoncé Lyric Challenge. Here's the deal. I'm going to throw out some of Queen Bey's most iconic lyrics, and don't worry, no singing from me, I promise. Your job is to guess which song each lyric is from. So we'll kick things off with some easy ones and then turn up the heat. Put on your thinking caps and let's see if you're truly a Beyoncé superfan. Are you ready? Let's dive in and see how well you know the lyrics of our reigning queen. I'm going to read you the lyrics and then give you 3 seconds, and then I'm going to tell you the answer. All right, let's go. Lyric number 1. If you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it. That's right, everyone. Single ladies, put a ring on it. An absolute classic. If you got that one, you're off to a great start. And yes, that was an easy one. Okay, lyric number 2. I'm a survivor. I'm not going to give up. Yep. Destiny's Child coming in strong with Survivor, an empowerment anthem right there. Lyric number 3. Who run the world? Girls. Easy peasy for that one. That was Run the World, Girls, a B anthem that still has us all feeling powerful. Now, let's step it up a little bit. Are you ready? Lyric number 4. My daddy, Alabama, mama, Louisiana. That's right, everybody. That's from Formation, a cultural moment in itself. If you got that one, you're really in formation. Lyric number 5. You're my lifeline. You're trying to kill me. That was a tricky one. That's from Don't Hurt Yourself off Lemonade. If you got that one, you are deep in the B catalog. Lyric number 6. I love the way you walk, 'cause I've never heard you talk. That's one from the I Am Sasha Fierce album. It's Diva. Beyoncé's not only a diva, she is the definition of one. Lyric number 7. Gravity can't begin to pull me back to the ground again. That is Rocket from Beyoncé, the self-titled album. That's definitely one of her sultrier tracks. Lyric number 8. I took some time to live my life, but don't think I'm just his little wife. That one's another Lemonade gem, Sorry. If you got that one, you're clearly not sorry about your B knowledge. Lyric number 9. I sneezed on the beat and the beat got sicker. That's one of her coolest lines from Beyoncé. If you knew that, you were a true Beyoncé connoisseur. All right, lyric number 10. This is a reminder. Yes, that was a deep cut. That's from My Power on the Lion King The Gift album. That's Beyoncé's message of strength and empowerment coming through right there. So, how'd you do? If you got them all, you were a Beyoncé lyric expert. And if a few stumped you, no worries. There's always time for a Beyoncé marathon. All right, everybody, let's get back to the episode and dive into more Beyoncé brilliance. Welcome back, everyone. All right, hold on to your hats because fact number 6 is about to show you that Beyoncé's impact goes way beyond the stage. While Queen Bey might be famous for her chart-topping hits and jaw-dropping performances, she's also a powerhouse when it comes to giving back and fighting for justice. Get ready to be inspired. Let's start with Beyoncé's charitable work. This queen doesn't just spend her time dazzling us with her vocal chops, she's also incredibly generous. Beyoncé has donated millions to disaster relief efforts from Hurricane Katrina to the Haitian earthquake. She's the kind of person who sees a crisis and doesn't just think, someone should do something. Instead, she is that someone. Her Be Good Foundation is all about supporting causes like education, housing, and healthcare. She's even funded scholarships for students, proving that she's not just about giving handouts, she's all about giving people the tools that they need to succeed. But Beyoncé's generosity doesn't stop there. She's a vocal advocate for social justice, and her activism is as powerful as her music. Her support for the Black Lives Matter movement has been unwavering. She's used her platform to speak out against systemic racism and police brutality, often incorporating her activism into her music and performances. Remember when she used her Super Bowl halftime show to make a powerful statement about Black empowerment? Yeah, that was Beyoncé reminding us all that she's not just here to entertain, she's here to make a difference. And don't think she's forgotten about gender equality either. Beyoncé has been a fierce advocate for women's rights, often addressing issues like gender pay gaps and the importance of women supporting women. Her music videos and public statements often highlight the struggles and triumphs of women, reinforcing her commitment to equality. In short, Beyoncé isn't just a superstar with a killer wardrobe and a record-breaking career. She's also a trailblazer in the world of philanthropy and activism. So the next time you're dancing to Run the World Girls or Formation, remember that the Queen is not just running the world in her music, she's actively working to make it a better place for everyone. Now that's a legacy worth celebrating, don't you think? Okay, buckle up because fact number 7 takes us deep into Beyoncé's artistic genius. And I'm talking about next level brilliance here. Sure, we all know her music is legendary, but when Bey drops a visual album, she takes things from hit song to cinematic experience. We're talking about Lemonade and Black is King, 2 masterpieces that are still being analyzed, dissected, and applauded years later. Let's dive into these cultural game changers, shall we? First up, we have Lemonade. When Beyoncé released this visual album in 2016, she basically said, "Hold my crown," and then left the world shook. This wasn't just an album, it was a journey through love, betrayal, healing, and empowerment, all wrapped up in stunning visuals and powerful symbolism. Every song had a unique chapter, and every chapter was packed with deep message about race, womanhood, and heritage. Fans and critics alike are still breaking it down, finding new layers of meaning from it. From the haunting images of Southern Gothic landscape to the powerful African-inspired visuals, Lemonade wasn't just Beyoncé's personal story, it became a universal anthem for women, especially Black women reclaiming their power. And who could forget that unforgettable line, "You can taste the dishonesty, it's all over your breath." That's a mic drop moment right there. Now, let's fast forward to Black is King, Beyoncé's visual love letter to Black culture, African heritage, and identity. Released in 2020, this film was like a beautiful tapestry woven together with the rich history of African royalty and modern-day Black excellence. Beyoncé used the Lion King-inspired project to celebrate Black beauty, strength, and resilience, and she did it with breathtaking visuals, including landscapes that looked like they were straight out of a dream. Oh, and let's not forget that star-studded lineup. Can we talk about Beyoncé's ability to bring together the most incredible artists and creators? Yep, that's just what queens do. And here's the kicker. Both Lemonade and Black is King weren't just about the music. They were about telling a story through powerful imagery, fashion, and yes, even symbolism that will probably be decoding for the next decade or so. Beyoncé uses these visual albums to speak on themes of race, gender, heritage, and everything in between. She's not just making art, she's starting conversations, sparking movements, and reminding us all of the importance of our roots and our stories. So the next time you watch Lemonade or Black is King, take a moment to appreciate the layers of meaning hidden behind those jaw-dropping visuals. Beyoncé isn't just singing to us, she's speaking to us on a deeper level. And honestly, isn't that why we call her Queen Bee? Okay, people, it's time for fact number 8, where we take a little detour from the world of music and step into the movie world. Because yes, Beyoncé is not only Queen Bee off the stage, but also a bona fide movie star. That's right. She's taken her immense talent to Hollywood and blessed us with some unforgettable performances. Let's talk about Beyoncé, the actress. First up, we have to mention her iconic role in Dreamgirls, one of my all-time favorite movies. This was the moment where Beyoncé proved that she's not just a pop sensation, she's got some serious acting chops too. She was great in that movie, by the way. As Dina Jones, Beyoncé channeled her inner diva, which, let's be honest, probably wasn't that hard for her, and she delivered powerhouse performance that left us all saying, "Give this woman an Oscar." And who could forget her stunning rendition of Listen, which I talked about this song because it was on my birthday playlist and one of my favorite songs to sing. Beyoncé is so powerful when she sings that song. I love it so much. That song alone was basically a mic drop on her acting career, proof that Beyoncé could do it all. Dreamgirls wasn't just a movie, it was a Beyoncé moment. But there's more. Beyoncé also made waves when she lent her voice to the role of Nala in the 2019 live-action The Lion King. I mean, when the Queen of the Jungle is played by the Queen herself, you know it's going to be epic. Her voice acting brought depth, strength, and a touch of that Beyoncé magic to Nala, making her one of the most beloved characters in the film. And let's not forget she gave us the anthem Spirit, proving yet again that even in a voice role, she's still going to hit us with a chart-topping hit. Classic Beyoncé, right? But her acting isn't just limited to musicals and voice roles. Nope. Beyoncé's resume also includes the campy, fun role of Foxy Cleopatra in Austin Powers' Goldmember. With that 70s sass, funky wardrobe, and of course, killer one-liners like, "I'm Foxy Cleopatra, and I'm a whole lot of woman." She showed us that she can totally rock comedy too. A little fun, a little fierce, and a whole lot of fab. Only Beyoncé could pull that off. So when we talk about Beyoncé, we're not just talking about a music icon, we're talking about a woman who has successfully crossed over into film with grace, power, and a touch of that Beyoncé sparkle. Whether she's belting out soul-stirring ballads in Dreamgirls, roaring with pride in The Lion King, or cracking us up in Austin Powers, Beyoncé proves that her talent is limitless. Long story short, Beyoncé isn't just conquering one industry. She's basically taking over everything, which I'm here for it. All right, everybody. Now, let's dive into fact number 9, where Beyoncé puts on her business mogul crown and reminds us that she's not just ruling the music world, she's running the whole empire. Let me introduce you to Beyoncé, the CEO, the fashion icon, and the entrepreneur who's out there making serious moves in the business world. Let's start with her fashion line, shall we? First up, we've got Ivy Park, Beyoncé's athleisure brand that makes us all want to hit the gym, or at least look like we do. Named after her daughter, Blue Ivy, and the park where she used to work out, Ivy Park is more than just a clothing line. It's a full-on fashion moment. And when Queen Bey partnered with Adidas for a collaboration, it became the hottest thing in the game. I mean, come on. Beyoncé single-handedly made workout clothes feel like runway fashion. The minute that line drops, it sells out faster than you can say, "Can I get these in a size medium?" And let's be real, if you've seen those pieces, whether it's the neon sets or the cozy sweats, you know they scream, "I woke up flawless." But Beyoncé's business savvy doesn't stop there. She's got her own entertainment company, Parkwood Entertainment, where she's basically the boss of all bosses. What is Parkwood Entertainment, you ask? Well, It's the genius company behind everything Beyoncé does. Her music, her films, her tours, and even her fashion. Beyoncé is in full control of her brand, from how her albums are released to her Netflix specials. When you own the company that runs your career, you're not just a star, you're an empire builder. And Beyoncé is doing just that. So Ivy Park is crushing the fashion game, and Parkwood Entertainment is handling the music, film, and everything in between. With these business ventures, Beyoncé is showing us that she's not just an entertainer, she's a strategic powerhouse. She's got her hands in all the pots, and she's cooking up success in every single one of them. Beyoncé is not just giving us art, she's building a legacy on and off the stage. And that, my friends, is why Queen Bey reigns supreme in the business world too. Bow down to the ultimate boss. Okay, last but not least, everybody, it's time for fun fact number 10. And let me tell you, this one is close to my heart because it involves my favorite number, 4. That's right, Beyoncé and I have yet another thing in common besides being born on the same day. The number 4 is a big deal for both of us. So here's the tea. Beyoncé loves the number 4, as I do. It's practically her lucky charm. First off, her birthday is September 4th, same as mine. What a queen, right? But it doesn't stop there. Jay-Z, her hubby, was born on December 4th. So naturally, when they got married, they picked the 4th of April, aka 4-4, as their anniversary date. Talk about a match made in number 4 heaven. And if that wasn't enough, Beyoncé loved the number 4 so much, she even named one of her albums 4. This album was a game changer in her career, featuring hits like Run the World, Girls, and Love on Top. The significance of the number 4 in her life just shines through in everything she does. It's like the universe lined up and said, yeah, this is your number, B. Now, why do I love this fact? Because I was born on the 4th too. So clearly, Beyoncé and I are birthday twins who share a cosmic connection with this number. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like that makes us even closer in spirit, right? Queen Bey and I forever, pun intended. So there you have it, Beyoncé and the number 4. It's more than just a number, it's a whole vibe. And honestly, I'm on board with it. Maybe I should start naming things after 4 too. So I can change the name of this podcast to 4 Music or something. Stay tuned for that. We'll see how that goes. But I also love the number 4, so maybe I should incorporate it into naming my stuff. Okay, before we wrap up, let me hit you with some bonus fun facts. Because let's be real, you can never have enough Beyoncé trivia, right? So buckle up for a rapid fire round of Queen Bee goodness. Did you know that Beyoncé's favorite food is, wait for it, pizza? Yes, you heard me right. The queen of the music industry is also the queen of pizza night. Now, I don't know about you, but this just made her even more relatable. I'm picturing Beyoncé in her Ivy Park sweats, feet up on the couch, just chilling with a slice of pepperoni. Iconic. And get this, Beyoncé is also a beekeeper. Yes, you heard me. In addition to being a musical genius and a fashion mogul, she's also out there with her own beehives making honey. Talk about staying on brand with the whole Queen Bee thing. I mean, when you're called Queen Bee, you might as well embrace the whole bee theme, right? Apparently, she has over 80,000 bees, and they produce hundreds of jars of honey every year. Imagine getting a jar of Beyoncé honey. You know, I'd totally spread that on my morning toast like it's pure gold. And I don't even like honey that much, but if it was from Beyoncé, I'd put it on everything. And just to round it out, there's one more nugget of trivia for you. Beyoncé is super competitive at Connect 4. Yep, that classic childhood game is her thing. She's even beaten Kanye West at it. which, let's be honest, is probably one of her most underrated accomplishments. So pizza, beekeeping, and Connect Four champion. Beyoncé really can do it all. And with that, I think we've learned that Queen Bey is not just the ultimate entertainer, but also the ultimate human, even if she is kind of superhuman. That's why we love her, right? Well, there you have it, people. A whole episode dedicated to the queen herself, Beyoncé, my birthday twin, pizza-loving, beekeeping, Grammy-dominating legend. I hope you had as much fun as I did diving into these fun and fierce facts about Bey. But don't go too far, because next week, we're keeping the legend train rolling. That's right, we're switching gears and talking about the one and only Celine Dion. We'll be diving into some of her greatest hits, and trust me, it's going to be fun and interesting, and you might even get a few "my heart will go on" moments. So mark your calendars and get ready for another legendary episode. Until then, keep the music in you alive. I'll see you next time on The Music in Me. Peace out, everyone. This has been the Music in Me podcast. Subscribe now so you don't miss a beat.